So, on the topic of learning about our own essence and becoming more and more familiar with it, because it has a whole different level of consequences as opposed to how much knowing oneself can go in mundane life. When it comes to spirituality, it's probably either the biggest or one of the biggest keys for further growth and expansion, and it remains a lifelong process, probably, from what I've learned, because our true self is vast and encompasses a lot that we do not get from just some surface level understanding of ourselves. So, how does one go about becoming familiar with themselves? And there will be differences in this because there might be people who did not have an upbringing or people around them that were as constrictive of who they were. So they might have some clues as to who they are, and there might be other people who had that whole constrictive environment that did not let them be their true self in any way. So that might be it would be much more difficult for those people to start on this journey. So I wanted to share what I've learned through my own experiences, and yeah. So in getting to know oneself, there's, well, if we're starting from the level that I just spoke of, if someone knows themselves a bit and they're starting from there, then it would be easier for them to just go after the things they want and have some sort of pattern to follow in terms of what lights them up. But if you are one of those who had a lot of trouble in this, and you do not know as much of yourself, or you used to think you did, and now you are questioning that perception, because that's how it goes in spirituality too. So you have to start just it would help to go step by step, tiny steps that can, because such people spend a lot of time suppressing their hearts. So when their heart does not feel safe to want, that's what needs to be rectified for this. So wanting becomes a bigger priority, even if it's not the most authentic want in the beginning. So just focusing on what you want in the moment, even, or just going by day, what do I want today? Even if it's just a small thing, like I want to be more gentle with myself today, I want to go for a walk maybe, or I want to maybe even sleep in. It's not supposed to be something that looks outwardly productive all the time, because you are trying to open up your heart and you're trying to follow that and making space for all of you instead of just whatever our programming says is appropriate. So that's that level. After you get to the level that you are getting to know yourself somewhat, then comes the conundrum of the parts of you that you know as you. Is that really you, or is that not you? And in that conundrum is
also the gift of when you start knowing yourself better and better, you start to take out the things that are not you. You start sorting them out, so you align yourself better and better over time. So uh, in this observation of yourself, you also have to see the things that you want. Are they coming from your hurt? Are they coming from your programming? Is there some level of people pleasing involved in this, and we're deluding ourselves of wanting something that we actually don't want? I am guilty of this myself, so I can understand. And honestly, focusing a great deal on making space for ourselves. And if there's resistance in you, it's almost good to take a radical approach in the beginning, at least. So, but creating that space of safety and non-judgment, and then exploring which parts of you are you and which parts of you have been supplanted in you, but they're not actually true. So the things that generally guide us, I mean, we can use on the surface level some personality tests to get an idea of who we are, or we can use the tools that go more in depth, like astrology and even human design and things like that, to whatever resonates for you, to figure out more of our energy and how it works. But to get the best, most specific answers, you always get them from you yourself. So maybe observing in that, spending time with yourself comes in handy the most, because then you get to observe yourself in different places, and you get to observe your emotions, your moods, your reactions to different things, and you can see what kinds of things light you up, what brings you joy, and what makes you feel alive. And those things help us out a lot, even when going incrementally, instead of this kind of growth doesn't usually come quickly anyway, so it usually is gradual, unless it's part of your own unique path to go through some of the steps really quickly, which probably would also be the case, because we are all unique in our own journey. So I wanted to share this important part of my own journey, which has helped me a lot. And what else do I want to share? Yeah, just trying to observe yourself. What kind of environments do you feel happy with? What kind of people make you feel good about yourself? And what kind of company do you prefer? What kind of foods you like? What kinds of stories or media, or what kinds of entertainment you use? And if you have any skills, what skills do you naturally find yourself having, and what things interest you? All of these things, as well as your all of these things help us figure out not just things like our career path and the things that we may want in life, but our whole life path and how we wish to live. So observing yourself more is a really big indicator of who we are. Even something like just how you behave. How do you walk? Do you walk gently, or do you walk with more determined steps, or do you kind of stomp around, or do you have a clumsy gait, or it can be anything. It can give you a more personalized understanding of of what your essence is like. And from there you can then figure out what kinds of other energies work better with you and which ones don't. And this also helps later on in figuring out, even in becoming freer of any manipulation techniques, whether they be from the physical world or even the non-physical, which is also what I got a lot of help with through this. So that is what I wanted to share. And I knew with all this is my first time doing this outside of practice, but so it will take me a while to be a bit less nervous in the camera, but this is what I wish to share for quite a long time, and it's taken a while to really get it done. So thank you for listening and to my rambling on this topic, but I wish you well in your life, and may you find the treasure that is within you. May you learn to see it. That is what I wanted to convey.